Hey, hello, this is Victor, and the felon continues to use the Constitution to screw the country, only because it does not specify that criminals are not eligible to run for president. But more and more evidence that he is unfit to live in the White House continues to become public, this time by his associates, or who he associates with. He refers to another idiot that happens to be black, Mark Robinson, as Martin Luther King on steroids. And the felon proves he is truly an idiot by making such a statement or comparison. Please watch this video.
The Trump campaign reeling tonight after a stunning report from our own K-File, which reveals the Trump-backed candidate for governor in North Carolina, Mark Robinson, has made dozens of disturbing and damning comments on a porn website. Some of the comments are frankly so disturbing that we cannot air them. But they include Robinson writing, quote, "I am a black Nazi, and I wish they would bring slavery, back." Robinson also calling himself a, quote, perv while discussing his affinity for transgender pornography. Keep in mind that he has called transgender kids sick and demonic. These comments were made between 2008 and 2012. And at this hour, Robinson is defiant, refusing to step aside. Here's the fact. Robinson's Trump's guy. This is what Trump's been saying about Robinson for years.
He watches transgender porn? You sick bastard!
This is Martin Luther King on steroids. I think you're better than Martin Luther King. I think you are Martin Luther King times two. One of the great stars of the party, one of the great stars in politics, Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson. I'm a great supporter of his. You're incredible, Lieutenant.
And you're a dumbass.
Governor Mark Robinson. This is a hot politician. He's a hot politician. Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson. A real star, great guy. Friend of mine, Mark Robinson.
This bombshell report on Mark Robinson is so insane, but it's also not surprising. I mean, as we've learned, especially with the GOP, it's always the loudest bigots who have the most to hide. And boy, does Mark Robinson have a lot to hide.
My colleague Em and I found a series of highly disturbing posts more than a decade ago on the message board of a pornographic website, and we traced them directly to Mark Robinson. Robinson called himself a, quote, black Nazi.
Mark Robinson really called himself a black Nazi. He's basically the real-life version of Clayton Bigsby.
And when discussing then-President Barack Obama in 2012, writing, quote, "I'd take Hitler over any of the shit that's in Washington right now." Another disturbing post, Robinson defended slavery, writing, quote, "Slavery is not that bad, and I wish they would bring back slavery. I would certainly buy a few." He also disparaged, as you mentioned, civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr., using a slur to refer to him and calling him a, quote, commie bastard. He has been vocally anti-transgender, but look at what Robinson wrote on the porn message board a decade ago, that he liked, quote, watching transgender porn, adding, quote, "That's effing hot," and called himself a, quote, perv. In another thread that was discussing the story of a woman who's...
He is a perv. He is a pervert if he likes to watch transgender porn. What the hell is wrong with that man? Okay, if you want to receive notifications when there are new posts from me, please click on the subscribe button below this video. And although the felon was in the White House for 4 years, he cannot run for re-election based on his record of accomplishments for the people, because he has none. There's a saying that anyone can serve a purpose, and the felon can serve as an example of the kind of man not to be like. Thank you for watching.